Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome to another side quest about video games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chatting.
I think that's what I'm going with for the intro now.
Right.
My side quest.
Okay.
I think that's how we're going to do this from now on.
No,
yeah, we're talking about video games. We do go on tangents and talk about other things.
Hence the title.
But yeah, that's the main idea anyway. So I hope you enjoy. But anyway, first we shall start off with two people have left Bioware.
Yeah, two
pretty important people of Bioware have left.
Yeah.
Casey Hudson, and I cannot remember the name of the.
Wasn't Casey Hudson the one that was?
He was like the head of. He was like the head of like storytelling, and he was the director of.
That's
one of the Mass Effects.
It's one of the big names.
He's a big name to do with Bioware, though.
Yeah, and for him to leave, it's like, ooh, this.
He was also the one that he actually took over the project for Anthem. Because this is the second time he's actually left.
Yeah,
he came back and he got put in charge of Anthem. But this was like when Anthem was already down in the hole at this point when he came along.
Yeah.
So
Casey was
there was nothing anybody could have done about Anthem at this point when he
was put in like terminology. He was probably put into. He was probably like, oh, the ship is already sunk. Here you go, try and save it.
Yeah. But
we brought you here to save a ship. Where's the ship? It's underneath the water.
Mark Duran is the other one, and I think he's actually the lead developer for Dragon Age 4.
Yeah, that's a bad sign.
That is a bad sign. Cause I also actually think Casey Hudson had something to do with.
Yeah, Casey Hudson was working on. I'm pretty sure he was working on Dragon Age as well.
He has put something up on the Bioware website. Okay, shall we have a look?
Yeah, why not?
Right, so he goes on to say, basically, let's see if we can footnote this, that he's incredibly fortunate to have fortunate to have a career
English,
where he's been able to work with brilliant, intelligent people, create entire worlds from our imaginations and see them be enjoyed by millions of people around the world. And now, after nearly 20 years of work at Bioware, Jesus Christ, 20 years.
In the gaming industry, that's a long
So is that Mass Effect? Is Mass Effect 20 years old?
I don't think Mass Effect is 20 years old, but that's at least Dragon Age Origins.
Well, Mass Effect's older than Dragon Age.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
Origins?
Yeah.
No, Mass Effect came out shortly after Origins.
No.
Pretty sure.
Mass Effect came out on the Xbox.
Yeah.
And Dragon Age came out after.
Was that not
No.
near launch for PS3? I'm pretty sure it was. Anyway.
I can find out. I can bring up the...
No, it's okay.
Bring it up. No. You've got me wondering now.
I'm pretty sure because, Dragon Age 2 onwards was basically the conversations were basically Mass Effect style.
Okay. So 2009 is Dragon Age.
Dragon Age Origins.
I'm sure Mass Effect is before that.
I don't think so.
Mass Effect.
I'm willing to be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's
2007.
Really?
Mass Effect is older than Dragon Age.
And yet...
You wouldn't think that. With the way Dragon Age Origins looks.
Yeah, I know, Jesus. But the thing is, Dragon Age Origins is an old school Western
The thing is,
RPG.
it was deliberately made that way, though.
Yeah, it was made like an old school Western RPG with all the 20 different dialogue choices.
Yes.
But I missed that.
Me too.
I miss that. I miss that sort of I don't mind it in games like Mass Effect because it's always been like that in Mass Effect. But when stuff like Fallout goes that way, and I'm like, where's my 5th or 6th or 7th option based on my skills?
I know.
Where's the option of me being an absolute twat?
I know.
You know? Where's the evil target? Where's the evil response? Where is that? There isn't one.
Not really. But anyway, so let's have a look. It's not an easy decision to make, and big changes like this always come with a certain degree of sadness. I will miss being able to work every day with our inspiring developers on the biggest and most exciting projects I can imagine. But I also know this is a good time for a change for both myself and Bioware. And then he goes on to...
Not hinting at his jumping ship.
No, he goes on to say basically how he worked with Bioware for Star Wars The Old Republic and Anthem and Dragon Age. Mark Duran, the executive producer... he's the executive producer of Dragon Age. Is also announcing his retirement from the studio today. We have worked together since the early days of Bioware, and I have valued his contribution immensely, especially in recent years as a key partner in leading the studios. I don't think, if I remember correctly, it doesn't actually go into why they're both leaving, other than they're retiring.
The worrying thing is like, this is the only news we're getting.
Oh, from Bioware.
From Bioware.
Yeah,
it's like people leaving. We're not getting news of like, well, this is where the game is. The last time we saw anything was it's the Summer Games Fest. We had the EA thing. And
we had EA, and they showed
the
development.
Yeah, it was basically concept art and like
little
pre-production.
Yeah,
like basically this is how we imagined. Basically, it was like beta of the combat or how the combat would look. Like there wasn't any interaction with anything, or there wasn't like it wasn't even a teaser. It was just like it's like pre-alpha stuff. Like these are all separate things that they hope are going to be in the same game.
Yeah.
But they're not being integrated yet, sort of thing. It's like stage 1 stuff. Apart from that, we've heard nothing from Bioware on anything apart from bits and bobs about Anthem, and even then it's not much. Anthem's kind of just...
Well, it's not even bits and bobs. It's usually like, 2.0 has been delayed again.
Yeah.
That was the last time I heard anything about...
I mean, they're so silent, I'm wondering if they're in a nuclear submarine with a hunter-killer on their tail.
The last thing we heard from Bioware was the announcement of the Mass Effect trilogy being... upgraded.
Yeah, PS5/Xbox Series X version of the trilogy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fine. The people will buy that. I can't...
Well, they're good games.
They're good games, and I can't see them messing it up.
Not really, because it's not...
The only issue is if the EA go, no, you have to make it in the DICE engine. You have to do that.
No. It's not a remaster. So they're not doing like...
It's just a nicely shiny...
Yeah, they're basically, the HD collections. It's basically that. That's what they're doing.
Nice shiny versions.
Yeah, you know what Dark Souls Remastered actually is.
Yeah.
Fucking remaster. He's a bollocks of remaster.
Demon Souls, on the other hand.
Demon Souls, that is a remake. Oh my god, I love that game so much. It still just mind boggles me how they've done it, but my god, am I glad they did. But anyway, this is for anybody who's looking forward to Dragon Age, this is not good.
No,
having two lead people leave halfway through development,
well, from the sounds of
because
it,
you don't
halfway.
You don't retire let's just say halfway through a project. You don't leave a
company halfway through a project.
Like it doesn't happen unless something bad has happened.
Yeah, unless something is going horribly wrong.
Yeah.
And the last time Bioware were in development of something,
it didn't go well.
It was Anthem. And we all know the shitstorm that was. I kind of... You know what the thing is? I kind of feel sorry for like the main body of staff.
Yeah.
The people who are doing all the ones and zeros and putting in the hours. Because they're working their ass off probably to make this game as best as they can. And I can almost go... I don't know, maybe it's just me knowing EA's actions, but I kind of worried that EA are pulling the plug of support from Bioware. And
well, I mean, at the moment they've got Respawn. Respawn are making them money.
Yeah, Casey, and the fact that these two have literally seen the writing on the wall and gone, well, we can get out, so we're going to get out.
Yeah.
Which I don't. If that is the case, I don't blame them.
Yeah, I don't blame him. But this is not.
It's not good news.
It's not a good sign for Bioware.
No.
And any Bioware fans out there.
So, whoever maintains the list of EA companies that EA have at, I hope you're making some space because I think there's going to be a name.
Hey, that list has not had a name added to it for a while, given EA.
Yeah, no, it hasn't. But that's because it tried to eat
Respawn and it failed.
And Respawn turned out to be a bit more harder to chew than they realised. Because I don't know what it is with Respawn, but it's almost like they almost seem to be like, up you sort of thing. It's like, no, just to spite you, we're going to be successful.
I know you would think the way EA act, like that they have something against Respawn. You know, like they released Apex Legends to absolute no fanfare. I didn't even know it was a thing until I saw it on the PlayStation Store. I didn't even know what Apex Legends was an actual thing until it was on the store.
Yeah.
There was no advertisement.
Well, okay.
Nothing.
The game previous that they did, Titanfall 2.
Titanfall, yeah.
They released it in the middle of Call of Duty and Battlefield 5. They released it in competition with one of their own studios.
Yeah. With
no fanfare, with very little marketing push because it all went on Battlefield.
Yeah.
So
it did pretty well.
They didn't
do brilliantly, but it did alright.
It did alright, and we enjoyed it when we played it.
I love Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2 is
there's a ton of people still asking for a Titanfall 3.
Yes.
For a sequel. I'm one of those people.
Yes.
Titanfall is a great game.
I would not say no to a Titanfall 3. The combat is so fun.
Yeah.
Like
the campaign was the single player campaign was really good.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's not going to win awards. Let's be honest.
No.
But in comparison to its competition like Battlefield and Call of Duty, it's it's above average.
But here's the thing, though, like Titanfall 1 didn't have a campaign; it was all online.
All multiplayer,
right?
Yeah.
So to go into Titanfall 2 and to be, I wasn't expecting much out of the single player campaign, and I was.
It has one of the best levels I've ever played in the last gen for first-person shooters.
Yes.
Do you know which one it is?
No.
The time traveling one.
Yeah,
where you're bouncing past and present, just bouncing. That level is so fucking fun. It is just so fun. Just like bouncing off a wall, then time traveling to the present where the wall isn't there, and then you land and jump onto another wall, and time travel back to the past, shoot the guy that was about to shoot you previously, but you're now behind him. Oh, it's just so good. I want to watch people who are amazingly good at Titanfall play that level because they would just some of the shit they pull would be brilliant.
Then obviously after Titanfall, those Apex Legends absolutely no fanfare.
No fanfare, no marketing at all.
And then Fallen
Order. Fallen Order. A single player story game, which again got very little push from EA until after launch, and the success is based solely on the fact that people played it and went, you know what, this is actually pretty good. This is not shit.
Yeah.
And more importantly, it's a solo single-player story in Star Wars game. This is what we want.
With very little monetization.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap.
I know.
And you would think EA would learn that, oh, okay, this is what people want. Well, we can clearly do this, so do more. No. We're just gonna copy and paste FIFA. Put a load of microtransactions into it.
Well, yeah, that's because their development team in FIFA doesn't know what the fuck to do now. I mean, they proved that with the improvements they made to the career mode.
Whereas,
last year, where they literally broke everything.
Whereas Bioware, they bombed Anthem.
Mass Effect
Andromeda
wasn't.
wasn't great. I mean, I can never still not get over. I couldn't get over a pebble. I couldn't get over a pebble.
Yeah.
I got stuck on a pebble. So I know. So
the execution could have been better. The concept of Andromeda is really, really good.
I think if they took that back to the drawing board,
they could make a really, really good game.
They could make a really good game out of it. The ideas are there.
The problem is that I don't think BioWare have been able to get their head around the DICE engine. I just don't think whatever.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's the whole idea that BioWare,
well, there's that as well. There is that
magic.
massive issue, and I think what I mean is that what I mean is like the people that are actually working on the DICE engine to make all the assets and all the stuff and make the game work. They're not able to get to grips. They don't have the support from DICE for their Frostbite engine, and the higher ups that make all the decisions aren't giving them the time to actually get to grips with the engine as well. And so they're trying to make a third-person action-adventure RPG game in a game engine that was originally solely designed for first-person shooters.
Yes.
And so it is understandable that there could be teething problems. I think the major issue is that they just don't. I don't think they're ever given the time to take a step back and just work on the engine and figure out how the engine ticks.
Yes.
And that means basically, until they're given that time, anything they do is going to be a lot worse than if they were able to get to grips with it and actually understand what works where and how and why.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to say...
I highly doubt it's just as simple as, well, if you work with it long enough, take it as someone that's worked with a system, nothing like game programming or anything like, but working with a system for 6 years now, and I still don't understand some of the stuff it does and why. I've just given up, seriously, with some of the things. And that's not even into the complexities of turning ones and zeros into a fully functioning game with input from a human being.
Yeah, from a controller.
Yeah.
Madness, I tell you.
It's worrying for BioWare. I mean, to be honest, I'm surprised EA haven't ate them yet.
Mass Effect, man. Mass Effect and Dragon Age, I think they could release them in not grand states, but they'd still make decent money.
I don't think now. Maybe after 3, but after Andromeda and Anthem, I don't think that sort of...
I'm looking forward to Dragon Age 4, the next Dragon Age, if it ever comes. I am looking forward to it, because I'm a Dragon Age fan.
Yes, but the thing is always that you're going to temperament it with, well, the last 2 games that came out with were pretty shit.
Well, no, right, so...
No, what I mean is not Dragon Age. The last 2 games that they came out with
they were
pretty shit.
Were pretty crap.
And we all know that this game is going... The EA are billing it as a live service. They have to use the
Is this one being billed as a live service?
Yes.
Is it? It is?
Yeah. EA. Well, the last time EA said anything about it is like, yeah, it's going to be a live service, and we know that it's going to have to be in the DICE engine, the Frostbite engine.
That's a bit weird. I wouldn't do that. If I'm gonna let them fix Anthem, I wouldn't have them make another live service game.
We're talking about EA here.
Just seems a bit odd.
Yeah, but we're talking about EA here.
Probably going to be the whole multiplayer bloody nonsense thing again.
Yes, it's going to be that, but it's we're talking about EA here.
I'll tell you something though, I wouldn't mind if they were to go, you can do the story mode, do the campaign and the actual story in a co-op sort of set. I wouldn't say no to that. That would be pretty cool, especially with the way the combat's gone for the last 2 games. You might as well, because it's more of an action RPG now than an actual than an RPG,
Western RPG.
Yeah, so I would do that, but that's me. And I know a lot of people would prefer it to be. I would prefer it to be the single player, but like, let's be honest. If they're gonna go all action RPG on it, which they are doing, I always enjoy action RPGs playing with people.
Yeah.
Than on my own.
Because you can get some cool
cool moments. Yeah.
Of course, the downside to that is usually in co-ops and multiplayer games, story suffers.
Yes.
So, especially one that is supposedly so focused on choices and impacts of those choices.
Yeah. I would like to say that the thing is, it's not really with Dragon Age. It was in the first one, but it's more the Mass Effect choices.
Yeah,
with 2, 3, and probably this one.
Yeah,
it's done more Mass Effect way than it was in the.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I thought Dragon Age Origins came out before.
Yeah,
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect was like the first, not the first game, but it was the
first big hit.
Yeah,
first big major success.
But anyway, yeah, that's that. Unfortunately, not great news for Dragon Age fans.
No,
not great news at all. Okay, right, let's talk about Nintendo. Kind of being assholes, to be honest.
Well, it's been a while. They were bound to do something douchebaggery.
Nintendo being Nintendo.
Nintendo being Nintendo.
Okay, so there is a group called the Big House, and what they do is they hold Super Smash Bros. Melee tournaments.
Yeah, because there's still
and obviously
there's
still a huge fan base for that game.
Yeah, because there's still a lot of people who look at Melee as the way Melee was made and all the changes that have been done since Melee and gone, no, this is the most purest form of Smash.
Yeah.
Like, this is the most balanced, purest, like, there isn't that many that are totally overpowered, etc., etc. This is like, it's the best version for competitiveness you can have in Smash.
Yeah.
So, there's a big fan base for that.
Big fan base.
It was right up until...
now, for
the latest Smash came out, which is Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Yeah, up until this, the last one that came out, Melee was the one that was used at Evo all the time.
Yes,
it was Melee. It was never anything else. It was never the subsequent ones. It was always Melee. Melee was the one that would use all the time, to the point where I think, is it on the GameCube?
It's on the GameCube. Yeah.
Yeah, to the point where literally I think that was the only reason why there was a GameCube there.
Yeah. Pretty much. So, for anybody who doesn't know, the Big House is basically an organisation. It's a group that they hold tournaments. It's not just Smash Brothers, I don't think, but Smash Bros. Melee is like their big one.
It's like one of their big ones. It's like, for example, an Evo.
But it is held in a house. That's why it's called the Big House.
Yeah, but obviously,
and everybody goes to that house and plays the tournament there.
Yeah,
right. It's online. They stream it online and you can watch it. But it's all held in that house, and it's all free. And I think it's held over a week.
Yeah,
something like that. It's like a week, and
that sounds pretty fun.
Obviously, this year being this year, 2020 being 2020, can't exactly do that.
No.
So they decided what they were going to do. They were going to do something, and they were going to download a mod.
It was going to be, I think,
called the Slippy mod. They were also going to download it on a emulator.
Yeah, I was about to say,
download the game on an emulator and do it that way.
Yeah,
right. Obviously, Nintendo are not very big fans of the emulators. They always, there's tons of YouTubers that I've watched that have had their videos taken down because it's done on an emulator.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Well, also it's like Mario hacks as well.
Mario hacks, yeah.
Like custom Mario levels. I'm pretty sure the only reason why Mario Maker exists so that Nintendo can literally just...
They don't have to do the whole Mario hack anymore because people just have Mario Maker. But obviously Nintendo are not very big fans of this, so they put up a cease and desist, and they've stopped the tournament from going ahead. Now, one of the things here is that Nintendo actually sponsored this tournament. That's one of the things that people are a bit like, kind of like, okay. So a lot of people, when this happened, were like, well, you didn't have to stop the tournament. You could have just pulled your sponsorship.
Yeah.
You didn't have to stop the tournament. But it is well within Nintendo's rights.
Yeah, in regards
to stop the
the
tournament.
law and all that sort of stuff, they are in their rights to cease and desist for someone that's using a emulator for what they see as illegally use their game in a way that is not intended. It may not be the best way to do it, but they are in their rights to do so. It doesn't look good for them, but Nintendo have done a bunch of stuff that doesn't look good on them, and they still ended up doing it because Nintendo just do Nintendo.
So they've done that, and the Big House obviously put out a little statement on Twitter.
Saying it's not going, unfortunately, due to...
The Big House is heartbroken to share we've received a cease and desist from Nintendo of America to cancel our upcoming online event. We were informed we do not have permission to host or broadcast the event, primarily due to the uses of Slippy. Sadly, all of our competitions are affected. For anybody who doesn't know, the Slippy mod it allows people to play Super Smash Bros. Online.
Yeah.
To basically do that. We are forced to comply with the order and cancel the Big House Online for both Melee and Ultimate. Refund information will be sent shortly. We apologise to all those impacted. And Leffen has actually put out a tweet for anybody who doesn't know who Leffen is. Leffen is one of the biggest Super Smash Bros. Melee players. I'm pretty sure he plays Ultimate as well, but I'm not sure on that. But he's definitely one of the bigger
he's one of the top dogs.
And so he just puts out just incredible. Sad that they would do such a thing. Nintendo is going out of its way to hurt our community yet again while trying to play nice and invite us to market their new games. It's baffling how stupid and greedy they are.
Yeah. I think this is just continuation of Nintendo's weird thing with Smash, where they always seem to want to sabotage the people that want to make an actual serious competition out of Smash Brothers.
They don't want Smash Brothers to be an esport.
Yeah,
that's what it seems like.
Yeah, no, they don't. But the thing is, though, is that Street Fighter wasn't originally made as an esport. It's become an esport because of how popular it is and how epic some of those fights are. Dota 2 was not made to become an esport. Dota 2 was made because the Dota mod was very, very popular, and Steam basically got these guys to make Dota 2. It was only after it got really, really popular, and when a lot of people play the same thing, there is going to be competitions,
especially team games. Yeah,
and there are going to be competitions, and eventually they get to a point, if the game is good enough and the teams are good enough and the word of mouth and etc., they get big enough, it becomes an actual thing. Football, for example, in real life, football/soccer didn't start off as the global phenomenon of the fucking Premier League.
Yeah, it was a game between villages, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there were games between villages.
It just ended up being a punch-up.
Yeah, no, but basically what happened was that it was an amateur thing, and then a bunch of people got together and was like, well, do you know what? Let's all play together at the same place, week in, week out, and they formed clubs. Hence the term football clubs. And then then they started making them professional, because it was like, well, if we just do this all the time, we can actually just become, if we get paid to do this, we have more time to make ourselves get better at it. And that's, and then it just leads on. But no sport starts off as an elite sport. Yeah. No sport does that. Doesn't matter if it's NFL, doesn't matter if it's hockey, doesn't matter if it's football, doesn't matter if it's rugby or athletics or anything. Nothing starts originally as an elite sport.
Yeah.
It's always as a hobby of a bunch of people that turns into a group, that turns into multiple groups who want to play against each other, and then they start all of a sudden going, hey, a lot of people are watching this, we can charge them, and then we can get paid for it.
Yeah. That's what generally baffles me about this. Like, Nintendo know they've got a fan base for Melee. Just tap into that. What is wrong with you? Hold these tournaments and charge like $5 for a seat. It's not hard.
I think it's because it's the same sort of thing, and we have discussions about this regarding Disney and one of their former studios, Touchstone.
Yeah.
Disney want to have this image of family friendly, hence the reason why they turn everything into fucking mush.
Yes.
Because they can't have any seriousness. How the fuck Deadpool 3 is going to work? I do not know.
I don't know how Deadpool does it.
I mean, the thing with that is that, like, thinking about who's now in charge of a football club, Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds seems to know his shit and is able to make sure he knows what it's supposed to be, sort of thing.
Yeah.
For it to be a proper Deadpool movie. Anyway, back to like the comparison between Nintendo and Disney. Nintendo want to be seen as this family friendly, open to everyone game company. And the problem I think they see with one of their games being seen as a esport is that this impression of it's an elite thing. Like, you have to be really good at this game. And it's like, yeah, but
that's the same with every game.
You don't get the point here. Like, I'm shit at real-time strategies, but I'll still play them.
Yeah.
Like, if I could be like, every now and then I look at StarCraft 2 and go,
I could give that a go.
I know for certain if I ever touched online with that game, it would not end well. It would not end well.
Well, the co-op mode is free to download.
Yes, exactly.
We can always do that.
Yes.
I mean, I do not play real-time strategy because it's just none of my alley. But I'm always willing to give a go.
StarCraft is a prime example. Like, StarCraft's like
old.
Well, no, it's old, but yes. No, what I mean is like it is a high ceiling.
Yes.
for skill. It has a really high skill ceiling.
Especially the pro level.
Oh,
like,
God.
the pro level is ridiculously high.
To be honest, I would argue the pro level at any esport.
No, what I mean is like I think in the fighting game community, I think anybody can beat anybody on a certain day. Now,
potentially,
it's like the way I look at the fighting game community is like the same way I look at boxing. Like,
if someone doesn't go into it, fully ready, then they could be upset. Yeah.
Like, so for example, like personally, I think Anthony Joshua would beat Tyson Fury hands down, right? But if Anthony Joshua makes a mistake, Tyson Fury, like you said, if Joshua goes in not taking Fury seriously, Fury's going to win. And I see that's how I look at the fighting game community. Whereas real-time strategy, when you look at StarCraft, like, no, you have to know everything. You have to know the pinpoint accuracy of everything to get where you are.
There's someone that I watch, and he basically goes, everything's a fighting game. And then what he means is basically everything boils down to a communication between you and your opponent.
Yeah.
And that is even true with fighting games. That's true with fighting games. That's true with every sort of competition. Because it is what they react to you and how you react to them, and then basically back and forth.
Yeah.
Which is why I really started getting into watching fighting tournaments, because like Street Fighter, Tekken. Ever since I've started looking at it from that sort of perspective, I find them so interesting.
The Tekken World Tour this year has been phenomenal.
It is. Just watching them like go like you can see whether way they're playing. Like the moment they go, okay, so this isn't working, I'm going to change this up, and then the guy reacts to that. Oh, it's like hype. It's like warp speed chess.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting to watch and see them work like think of that sort of thing like 7, 8, 9, 10 things at the same time. Like, you have to, in real sport, you probably haven't gonna have to look at Formula 1 drivers.
Yeah, pretty much.
For a comparison in that sort of sense, like how many things they're having to think of on the fly while going at 100 miles an hour. Because it's, you know, let me put it this way: racing, motorsports isn't for a race driver is not just drive around the car, drive around the circuit. No. They're thinking about, well, do my tires feel like they're going? Is there anything wrong with the engine? When's my next pit? Is there rain coming? Where's the guy behind me? Is he going on my left, on my right? Like, and they all have to figure that that's like a 3-second thought process, and it's really like, and any sport, anything that has versus has the potential to become a massive esport. But yeah, the point still stands. Like, no esport, no game that has become a massive esport.
Yeah, was designed to become a massive
esport.
Yeah.
Dota, League, pardon me.
League, CSGO,
Overwatch. Probably Overwatch is the closest that was designed as
an esport.
That is the closest you. But the thing is, though, is that was you can see that was something that was maybe incorporated, but not the driving factor.
Yeah.
The driving factor was to make a hero-based multiplayer 6v6 shooter.
Oh my god, I haven't played Overwatch in so long.
But yeah, StarCraft wasn't set out to be a esport. The South Korean scene decided. South Koreans
basically went, no, this is an esport now.
This is an esport, and we love it because of it. Hearthstone was not made to be an esport, and I refuse to believe it's an esport because anything that's based on that amount of random RNG is bullshit. But there are major, massive competitions, and it is just back to Nintendo. They want this image of this family-friendly, open to everyone.
But here's the contradiction to that, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not disagreeing with you that this is the reason why that's what they want, right? And that they don't want a whole elite thing. If you don't want esports tournaments, why do you have a Splatoon tournament?
That is very true. That is a good question.
With teams and everything.
Yeah. And that's a good segue into the next part.
That's a very good segue into the next part of the story. You see, it doesn't just end there with Nintendo.
No.
Oh, no. They could have just left it there.
And we would have gone, well, it's
a dick move, but
they're in their right to do it.
They're in their right to do it. And
legally.
As much
morally, not a good look. But legally, they are perfectly in their rights to do so.
We can be like, as much as I disagree with what they did, I'm not surprised that Nintendo did it. Yeah. That's where the statement ends, with all of that what they've just done.
Yeah.
But no. It doesn't end there. You see, some of the Splatoon players in the recent tournament that I think just finished, for the finals, some of the players of teams put the hashtag Free Melee in their name. And because of this,
this is an actual and official Nintendo tournament.
Yeah. And because of this, Nintendo decided they're going to not stream the finals of the Splatoon tournament.
The words petulant little child spring to mind.
Oh my god.
I mean...
This is...
That is the sort of pettiness that I would imagine Konami would do.
What this is, right? This is like... It's not as bad, but it is the same thing of what Blizzard did with Blitzchung.
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing. It's just not as bad.
Yeah, well, the protest against is not as significant.
Yeah, it's not as...
Not to downplay Big House, but I'm pretty sure Big House wouldn't compare themselves to the shit that's going on in
Hong Kong. Which, by the way, is still going on.
Yes.
Just to let you know.
Yeah, it's still going on.
The media just doesn't want to talk about it anymore because, China. But yeah, like fucking hell, Nintendo. What are you doing? What's wrong with you?
The Nintendo.
To ask you your own question.
You do know they started off as a card game company.
Yeah.
There you go. That's why. Only a company that could make a leap from card games to video games could come up with this sort of logic.
Oh my god.
It was a bad look before. Now it's just like, now you're just being petty.
Yeah, now you're just being an asshole now.
Yeah, it's just like, you were... I mean, what reaction did you think you were going to get from a tournament full of players who are playing Nintendo games? Who would probably know some of the people that would go and take part in the Big House tournament.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them were going to take part in the Big House tournament. It is just like, are you that so insecure? Are you that so insecure that you have to do?
I think I've got the article up here.
It is just like, I don't like. This is the thing when people go on about like, oh, I don't want politics in my games. Fuck off. Because that's what it is. It's like, oh well, we don't want to have freaking politics get in the way of our tournament.
Okay.
Blah blah blah.
Okay,
What is
here we go. This is in the article. Okay, so Nintendo cancelled the live stream of its Splatoon 2 North American Open event today after over 30% of the competing teams had names showing support for the Melee community. You know, that team that I swear to God Nintendo are really trying to stamp out. You know?
Yeah.
The company cited unexpected executional challenges as its reasoning for the stream's cancellation. Unexpected executional challenges. That is the reason. Several players and tournament organisers directly pointed to the team's open support for the Melee community as the cause for Nintendo's decision. Like, first off,
do you know what? If I was in the tournament, if I was a member of one of the teams in the tournament that they weren't going to now live stream, do you know what I would do? Get everyone, literally, DM everyone in the tournament and go, so what would Nintendo do if for the finals we just stood and did nothing? literally stood there and did nothing.
Well, it doesn't really matter because they cancelled the stream.
Yeah, no, but then you stream it. You stream it yourself, but don't name it the tournament. Just basically go random Splatoon stuff.
So
and then basically just sit there and do nothing. So it ends, no score, That's what I would try and do. I mean, granted, there's always going to be one arsehole that fucks it up for everyone else.
Yeah, pretty much. This support for the Melee community in response to Nintendo shutting down the Big House, one of the largest yearly tournaments for Super Smash Bros. Due to the organised planning to run the Melee event using a community-developed mod that allows the game to be played online.
They're only doing it because they can't do it in person.
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason why it's been done.
You couldn't give them this one thing.
The way this year's gone, you couldn't just be...
We'll let this one slide.
Yeah, but you don't do it again.
Yeah.
You know.
Nicely worded.
So...
Vetted by a lawyer.
Slimy, a Splatoon player, he put out a tweet saying, so the Splatoon community come out in support of the Smash community, has over 30% of the top teams in this weekend's Splatoon 2 North American Open with team names in support of Melee and Smash. So what does Nintendo America and Nintendo VS do in response? They cancelled their live stream for tomorrow's finals. Because that's what you do.
Yeah,
that's what you do. When one of your communities is in support of another one of your communities, what do? You punish that support by just kicking them in the face.
So Nintendo have done the equivalent of seeing a smouldering fire. That is, if you leave it alone, will die out.
Yeah,
people will be unhappy about the smouldering fire, but eventually it will go away. And what they did is take this a giant can of gasoline.
No. What they did was they've got their campfire, and they've got the campfire, and they know that if they just let it alone, no. They decided to get up from that campfire, walk to their car, open the boot, take out a giant can of gasoline, walk back to the fire, and just pour.
It's just like, why am I not surprised that it's Nintendo America? Why am I not surprised it's Nintendo America who's instantly gone, no. It's just like, do you not talk to each other? Like,
well, to be fair, the head of Nintendo of America his last name is Bowser.
Maybe
maybe he's just taking it a little bit too far to be the villain.
Just like,
it's just utter nonsense.
Whoever is in charge of their tournaments literally needs to fucking like. See, part of me's like, maybe they got pressured from Japan, but this is not the first time a American part of a company has decided to pour nitrogen onto a soon to be doused fire.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it does. They have been pressured from Japan, but then again, like you said, it wouldn't surprise me if they haven't had any pressure that just decided
like Nintendo Japan have literally woke up this morning and gone,
why does nobody like Splatoon anymore?
No, literally gone, Nani?
Oh my god, no.
I just it's literally one of those moments like, this is the biggest own goal you could do. Like, put it this way, right? If they hadn't have done the Splatoon tournament, we wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
We wouldn't be talking about it.
I mean, I probably would have, but we wouldn't have gone into such a big discussion that we have done.
Yeah, we wouldn't be going on about like, this is petty and how. I just like, what wrong side of the bed did you wake up on when you decided that fucking thing?
The thing is just like Nintendo, they've got this weird sort of thing where they want to be the company that's for everybody, but they'll instantly just backhand
any dissension.
Anybody who decides that they're going to try and just like, we could do this.
Yeah, any dissension from the community.
Just backhand.
Silence.
Straight off.
Silence, mortal.
Like,
you peasant.
It's just like, odd and annoying and.
Can the AAA game industry please stop having a giant dick waving contest over who can be the biggest douchebag? It is clearly EA. No one else is going to get close. Okay, maybe Bethesda and 2K, but like
and
EA
Activision.
and Activision. The competition between those four. Can everyone else just stop trying to get in on the party? Okay,
please.
We've got enough. 4 big ass fucking giant cock swinging fucking dickheads trying to be the biggest douche in the business,
and they're giving us enough to talk about. They're giving us enough to talk about.
Yes.
We don't need more.
We don't need more. We don't want more. We want less.
We want to talk about good things, which we will be going on to in a minute. But I am generally gutted for the Splatoon.
Yeah.
Like the Melee, at least the tournament didn't start.
Yeah.
At least they hadn't started.
Well, the thing is, from the sounds of it, what they've done is they've just cancelled the live stream. They're not actually cancelling the tournament.
Yeah, but the thing is,
what's the point?
What? Yeah, what's the point of holding a tournament if no one's going to see it?
Yeah.
Like that's.
Here's the thing, though. The thing is, this may not end at this point.
No, because if they get any other communities, are they going to
ban them? Are they gonna cancel their live streams? Are they gonna ban them? I mean, where do you go from this, Nintendo? You've already set a precedent that, like, if you support another community,
like, what if the Mario Kart group start going free Melee? What are you gonna do with them?
Or free Splatoon, or fucking down with Nintendo. Like, I mean, Nintendo clearly. I mean, Nintendo's whole thing with social media and like content creators in a whole has always been like behind the steps of everyone else.
Yeah.
It's not until recently they were literally going, by the way, if you wanna upload videos to YouTube, you're gonna have to put part of our group and give us half the money you own. Even if you don't...
Which you don't have to do that anymore.
No.
Yeah,
but that's only just recently they've stopped. That's only just recently stopped that. Like, years after the vast majority of companies went, no, it's fine, you can upload whatever the fuck you want. As long as you don't do anything stupid and bullshit and terrible, we'll be fine. Because it'll be the music companies going after you.
Yeah, the music companies will go after you anyway, so it's fine. As I know from Sackboy. I've got 3 videos blocked. Here's the thing, right? They've all been claimed by 4 different people.
The same bit of music.
The same clip, all claimed by 4 people.
Do you know what? I honestly think there should be something done with the law, in copyright law. Basically, like if you license your product, to something else, and that company then goes, yes, other people can like.
The thing with music and games, right? You could argue that I've paid for that music because you bought the game.
Yes.
You've paid for it.
Technically, yes, but you have not paid. You have not paid a license to distribute it.
But I'm not distributing it.
Yes, I know that, but that's the way they will argue it, and because copyright law is literally stuck in the 1980s still.
That's very true.
Where the internet was this mythical thing that was only just.
I just find it funny that I've got here's the thing, right? The videos that I've got on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
These are the only ones that have been blocked.
Yeah.
Right? And they're Sackboy. Probably out of the games that I've been uploading at the moment, the least violent, there's no offensive material.
Yeah, but it has content. It has copyrighted material in it.
Yes. But it's just like, oh my god.
But that's all that matters. Like, doesn't matter about violence. That doesn't matter. Because all that matters with the violent stuff is whether or not YouTube actually gets told about it, and even then they may look at it, depending on how big your channel is and whether or not there may be some downside to them, kicking you to the curb.
Oh, bless.
But copyrighted material. Oh no, so-and-so B, who did nothing, Company B, which did nothing to actually make the music, they just own the rights to it, they're going to lose 1% of their income of their billion-dollar company.
Actually, I'd argue with me that they're actually not going to lose any, because that would mean people actually watch my videos.
Yes, I know, but they don't know that. They don't care. It's a bot. They have a bot that goes around and goes, this is us, this is us, this is us, this is us, this is us. Even when it's not, it's this is us. Because there's no, to go on to YouTube's bullshit fucking content ID shit, it's guilty until proven innocent, and the accuser doesn't need to give any proof. So, it's just full of bullshit, tomfoolery, and fucking arseholes that are claiming shit that isn't actually theirs because there's no consequence to do so. Back onto Nintendo being
Nintendo.
Yeah. This thing with Big House would have probably gone away within a 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, because it's understandable.
Yeah.
Like, they're using a mod that Nintendo don't want them to use. As much as we don't like it, it's understandable.
Yeah, we can basically say we don't like it, but we know why they've done it, and yes, we know legally they're entitled to do so. It's
the whole situation with Spider-Man being on the PlayStation for the Avengers.
Yeah,
it's not great that they've done it, but we understand why they've done it.
Yeah, I know why. I understand why they've done it, but it's still morally I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
Like 90% of what China does to other countries. I totally understand why they're doing it. I don't agree with it, but I know why they're doing it.
Yeah. Okay, right.
So,
shall we now something that I actually want to talk about?
It's the end of the year.
It is the end of the year, which means one thing.
The Giant Game Advertisement Show Awards.
I'm going to get to the bottom of this because unfortunately the best game award is at the top. So I'm going to go all the way down. This is a big bloody hell. This is a big one.
There's a lot. There's a lot. A lot of them don't get.
Some of them I'm actually just going to skip because some of them I just generally don't care about. Like this one, esports team. I couldn't give a shite about esports team. I argue that I go with this the same way I go with the sports personality. Yeah, you get paid to do what you do.
Yeah.
Fuck off. You don't get an award.
It depends.
Unless you've done something for charity, you don't get an award.
Well, it depends on what they've actually done. For example, this year...
Okay. If you get a Lifetime Achievement Award, and that is it. Like, you don't get an award for being best footballer when it's your fucking job to be the...
I would probably argue, and I know if anyone watches that isn't a Lewis Hamilton fan, and he doesn't like Lewis Hamilton for whatever reason, like, I would argue Lewis Hamilton this year has just been freaking phenomenal. He is literally...
Yes.
He deserves some sort of recognition for what he's done this year, because he's broken the most wins in the season.
He deserves recognition in his field of Formula 1.
Yeah.
I would argue that, like, you get paid to do that. You do not get a big, grand ceremony to come to walk down to a stage and have a giant speech.
It's because it's basically like it's the competition between all. It's not a competition, but it's like a reward show for all sports, and they basically go all these people that have done amazingly well. Here's the person that's done the best. We think.
Yeah.
In comparison.
But
I mean, granted, the team of the year usually goes to fucking whoever won the Premier League, unless someone wins the World Cup.
It's the same with music awards. I'm the same way with music awards. Like we buy your CDs. Like, why do you want more fucking recognition? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Well, and so the Oscars as well.
Look, nobody watches the Oscars for the awards. People just watch the Oscars for the trailers.
That is very true.
Right,
just like this.
Just mainly for this. I watch the Oscars for the trailers.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't give a crap who gets Best Actor. They get paid to do that. Like, nobody needs. You don't need these awards. I'm sorry.
It's all up to do with prestige. As a person that plays Crusader Kings, I understand what prestige gives me.
Whereas,
mostly the ability to kill peasants, for no qualms, but
I don't mind the best best film award, or best animation award, or best soundtrack.
I mind the best animation award, and that's only because it mostly goes to Pixar.
No, I don't.
Even when it doesn't, even when it doesn't deserve to go to Pixar.
Disney wins it. I don't mind that sort of stuff, because, like, if they were to do this is the best film, this is best action film, this is best romance and drama, this is best sci-fi, best horror. If they did sections of films, then I'd be down to watch that awards, right? But I don't want to watch Jared Leto get Best Actor award and then have him have a speech about 20 minutes long about how inspirational he found a leaf to
thank every single member of his family plus
exactly
Tom, who he only met once.
You got paid to do that role. You should be acting the best you can.
Yeah.
You know?
I understand.
And it's the same. I look at that. It's the same way as with the sports awards.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting paid to do that sport. You're not getting.
In regards to esports, it's not necessarily always the case.
No, it's not. But
it's.
But I can guarantee the people that are in this, they're getting paid.
Yeah, probably.
They are getting paid. Well, here's one. Best esports game. Shall we have a look? What we've got? Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
No.
There we go. CSGO.
Maybe.
Fortnite.
No.
League of Legends.
Maybe.
And Valorant. Valorant's not gonna win it.
Valorant's the new kid on the block.
Valorant might win it, but only because it's the new kid on the block.
I would go.
It's between
CSGO and
League. Although I wouldn't be surprised if
they give it to Modern Warfare.
If Modern Warfare or Fortnite win it.
Fortnite gets it, it's only because it's the most popular. It's not the best esports. It's not. I'm sorry. Battle Royale games do not make entertaining. At the end, it's really really exciting because everyone's fighting over the same 5mm of fucking space. But the beginning is usually boring as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Because apart from the initial skirmishes, everyone's spread out and
everybody's looking for guns.
Everyone's looking for guns and they're la 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 la. League and what was the other one we said? CS:GO has always that sort of level of tension. Like,
yeah, especially on the.
Doesn't matter if it's 5-on-1, 5-on-3.
Yeah, I would argue CS:GO is the only game I've ever watched where, like,
no matter what the situation,
even if it's 5-on-1, I mean, yeah, 9 times out of 10, that team of 5 is going to win. But there's always that one chance.
Yeah, that
one guy is going to just annihilate all 5 people.
There's that 1 in 10 chance. there's that 1 in 10 opportunity. Like, it's the closest to, like, real life sports in a sense that, like, no matter what the situation, the underdog can still somehow find a way. Yeah, it's going to be hard, and 99 out of 100 it won't happen. But there's that one time, and it will happen if you watch enough. It will happen. I remember watching someone single-handedly wipe out an entire team, and then defuse the bomb. Like, stuff that was just like, you should not be able to do that, and yet they did.
Yeah.
So yeah, between those two,
I would give it to CS:GO.
I would give it to either CS:GO or League, because the League's apparently been going really well this year.
Yeah, it's done quite well this year.
Yeah, so I mean that's probably because a lot of people have been home.
I would
and watching League is actually really exciting at times.
I would vote on the best esport event, but I literally only know one of them, and that is the Overwatch League Grand Finals. The rest I do not know because I did not watch any
what
of
are the
them.
other ones?
So the best Premier Spring 2020 European Finals, the Call of Duty League Championship 2020, I'm not even going to pronounce that, League of Legends World Championship 2020, and Overwatch League Grand Finals 2020. Now, the only one I watched out of all of them was the Overwatch one.
Yeah,
we're
not going to
I actually keep in touch with the Overwatch League, so I'm not going to go for any of those. Best esports coach, I don't know any of them. Best esports athlete, I don't know.
None of them are fighting.
None of them are fighting. They're all like Call of Duty. They always are Call of Duty, Overwatch, CS:GO.
Yeah.
All right, here we go into the games. Best debut game.
Oh, so this is like a new studio, isn't it? Like,
yeah, this is like their first game. So, Carrion, Mortal Shell, Rajin and Ancient Epic, Roki, and Phasmophobia.
Oh God,
that's a really hard one.
I wouldn't count Phasmophobia because it's not fully out yet.
So if we take that out,
that's the only reason why I wouldn't, because it's in like early access.
I'm gonna give it to Carrion.
Carrion because.
But I am quite torn between Carrion and Mortal Shell, because Mortal Shell is very good,
and it's a Souls game,
and it's a Souls type game, and I'll just play any Souls type game.
Yeah, exactly. I would put my money on Carrion.
I would give it to
Carrion's really good.
It's really good.
It's a good little like take on like you are the monster.
Yeah. Okay, right. Content Creator of the Year. I don't think I'm going to do any of this because I don't know any of them. Alana Pierce, but I will go through the nominations.
Yes, because they
J.N. Lopez, sorry, I do apologise. Nick Merckx, Tim the Tatman, and Valkyrie. I have no idea who any of these people are, so I'm not going to vote for any of them. Just because I do not. Okay, best multiplayer. Animal Crossing New Horizon.
No.
Among Us.
Maybe. Call
of Duty Warzone.
No.
Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout.
Possibly.
And Valorant Fall Guys. Every step of the way, Fall Guys.
It's
between Fall Guys and
Among Us. It's between those two.
But Fall Guys every step of the way. Just because there's so many.
I would probably say Among Us because, honest to God, those type of games are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
When you get like proper like people playing
the mind games in
Among Us are amazing.
Solid. I would say Among Us, but I honestly think Fall Guys deserves.
Fall Guys is like out of no. Both of them are actually out of nowhere. I think the thing is though, like Among Us wasn't released this year. It was released like.
That's what I mean. Like Among Us. Like, but whereas Fall Guys just kind of just blew up.
If I'm not counting Phasmophobia because I class that as it's not fully out yet,
yeah,
I'd probably say Among Us. shouldn't be counted because it wasn't released this year. So
Yeah.
Fall Guys. I think it's between Fall Guys and Among Us because
I'm saying Fall Guys because it just blew up. Like,
yeah,
it blew up so big
it
that
blew
they didn't have the servers to
yeah.
let
Then
the
they
game play.
they tripled the server capacity, and
It's
still. So next up.
Okay, best sports racing game.
So what's the
So
choice?
we've got Dirt 5. This is probably your better.
Yeah, Dirt 5 only just come out, so
F1 2020, FIFA 21,
no,
NBA 2K21, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Ooh, I think it's between.
I think it's between F1 and Tony Hawk's.
Yeah, I think it's between F1 and Tony Hawk's.
But who would you vote for?
I would go with F1 2020.
F1 2020. Me, because of nostalgia, it's Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk.
I love it.
I understand if either one. I have a feeling FIFA's probably going to be the one that gets it because.
This one's for you as well. Best sim and strategy game.
Okay,
so
what
we have Crusader Kings 3, which I think this is the first time they've ever been nominated.
I know. Well, the thing is, though, Crusader Kings 2 is an old game. It's been out for a while. It's just the fact they kept adding stuff to it.
Oh, that's true. Desperados 3.
Mm.
Gears Tactics. I like Gears Tactics. It's actually pretty good.
Right.
Microsoft Flight Simulator. And XCOM Chimera Squad.
Oh, that's a tough one.
That is
actually kind of tough to pick. Each one of them, in their own right, probably deserves to win. But just because...
Not Flight Simulator.
Well,
I'm only saying that because it's Microsoft.
Yeah. The thing is like, they haven't done a flight simulator for so many years, right?
Yeah,
and this one, they've literally just hit it out of the park from the get-go. I mean, there's a couple of teething issues they had. But,
yeah.
And every now and then, the, like, predictive stuff to put basically it builds off of Microsoft's, like, satellites imagery to, like, actually put, like, London as London. It's not, like, modelled in. It actually, like, loads it from the images they have on their database.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Real time. The problem is that they don't have Google stuff, so therefore every now and then
it's not as good.
Not as accurate, and every now and then a street full of shops will turn into it will actually be built as a street full of trees because it doesn't know what exactly is there, and therefore its default is trees. But you know, it's really impressive the fact that it's like the whole world. Just off, okay, this is slightly biased, but like Crusader Kings. Because Crusader Kings 3...
For me...
The fact that, like... The amount of stuff that's in Crusader Kings 2, and they've took the vast majority of that and put it into Crusader Kings 3, is just mind-blowing. Because Crusader Kings 2 had so much stuff added after it was initially launched. It was like... There's like 10 or 20 expansions to it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just like little expansions. They were like... whole new government types, whole new religions, just an absolute ton of stuff.
Yeah, and they kept expanding the map as well, didn't they?
Yeah, and the map was expanded. Like they added Far East Russia, like into what is now Russia, the steppes. They added India, which makes me think for 3 because they've already got India in it. I'm looking at that map that isn't fully complete. Like, it's torn. Like, the map that you have in Crusader Kings 3 is torn after India. Like, it literally is like someone's ripped it up, and I'm like, they're going to actually fucking add China, aren't they? They're going to actually fucking do it. They're going to actually add China.
Free kingdoms, buddy. Free kingdoms.
It's too late for Free Kingdoms. However, I'm pretty sure it's set around the time that, like, the period set you have, like, what is it? Period of the 10 kingdoms and emperors or something.
Yeah.
Because China has had an entire history. It's all about it fracturing itself and then reforming and fracturing itself and then reforming and fracturing itself and then reforming.
Well, to be fair, it is a very big country.
It is a very big country with a very, very, very large population, and not surprisingly, that sort of shit happens.
Yeah. So for me, I'm going to go with either Crusader Kings or Gears Tactics.
Yeah, I
Gears
think the thing that counts against XCOM is that it's
an add-on, isn't it?
It's a standalone add-on in a sense.
Yeah.
but I don't think it's that long. It's not as short. And Crusader Kings, the shit that happens in Crusader Kings is just unreal.
I know.
Like,
was it Crusader Kings 2 that... Was it 2 that gave you the you could be dragons? And like,
yes, there was a Holy Fury had a special thing that they added where if you went through the different like options, you could actually pick animals.
Yeah.
And I downloaded a mod that would basically go only animals.
Yeah.
So I did a whole Dragon Kingdom playthrough. And I'm looking forward to them putting that one in again because it's just so fun. Like the Dragon Empire of this place invading the Horse Empire of that place. It's great. It's fantastic. And also the nice little touch they added is as a dragon, to execute people instead of just like hanging them or something. No, you could just fire breath them.
Boom.
Yeah. So yeah, Crusader Kings 3 just because of the really random yet awesome stuff that can happen in it.
I would be a dragon and I'd have to call him Kaido. One Piece reference there, by the way.
Kaido is a dragon.
Kaido's a fucking dragon.
Kaido is a dragon.
Okay, so moving on, we have Best Family Game. So the nominations for this: Animal Crossing: New Horizon.
Right.
Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time.
Yeah.
Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout.
No, because of the language that comes out of some people's mouths. No.
Mario Kart Live Home Circuit.
Ooh, that.
Not enough people.
Yeah.
Not enough people.
It's a really good idea. It's just very expensive.
Yeah. Minecraft Dungeons.
No.
And Paper Mario: The Origami King.
Paper Mario.
Now, I think it's going to be because Nintendo always win this award, so it's going to be Animal Crossing.
Yes, I think Animal Crossing is going to be Animal Crossing
because I don't want Paper Mario to win it because it's literally just come out.
Yeah,
it came out like a month ago, I think.
Yeah,
so.
no, but Animal Crossing is just like the ultimate relaxed game.
The nostalgia part of me and the part of me that generally just loves this game or this mascot wants Crash Bandicoot to win.
Yes,
like,
you want.
My heart is saying Crash Bandicoot.
You are a Crash Bandicoot platformer player, and you want Crash Bandicoot.
My heart is saying Crash Bandicoot. My mind is saying Animal Crossing.
I think Animal Crossing's got this one.
Yeah, Animal Crossing.
It's just so chill. It's literally like it. It is literally like anyone can do whatever they want in it. It's just like go build that whenever you can.
It's such a fun little game to play with people as well. Yeah. So, okay, so now on to Best Fighting Game. Okay, so we have Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, which I still haven't got and I still want. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, which I could see actually winning it this year. Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition. I don't think Street Fighter's going to win it. One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows, which is not going to win, and Under Night In Birth X Late open bracket CL-R close bracket. And yes, that is the title.
Yes, that is the title.
I think Mortal Kombat's going to win it.
I think Mortal Kombat. I want Grand Blue to win.
I want Grand Blue to win it.
I would really like Grand Blue because it actually does stuff that...
Actually, speaking of Grand Blue, right, do you know the 4-player action RPG game that's coming out for it? There's actually an announcement on Friday about it.
Ooh.
So I'm hoping it's a release date.
But yeah, I would like Grand Blue to win because it does stuff that not many fighting games do, with the whole thing of like, these are your abilities. They're on one button, but they're on cooldowns. They have recharges.
Yeah.
Which not many.
I think it's a really cool concept.
It's not an energy system.
Yeah.
It's a cooldown.
Yeah. I think you can't spam that much.
Yeah, you can't just do. You can't do
the Hadouken.
Yeah, you can't do
Constantly.
Hadouken. You can't do Hadouken, or Tiger. You can't do that.
But yeah, I think
the thing is with Grand Blue is, from what I've watched, because obviously we don't have it. It'd be nice to get a hold of it.
I've watched a lot of people play it.
It's based a lot on its footsies.
Yeah, it is. Also, the problem for Grand Blue, I think personally, the online is not great. It's because it's an Arc System Works game, and it's before. Because the new Guilty Gear is going to be the first one that actually has
proper rollback.
So, unfortunately,
as a person that played Tekken Online, I'm sure it's not as bad as that.
It's around about the same.
Ooh,
It's not much better, but it's not
good.
It's not worse. Whereas Mortal Kombat, I think out of all of them, Mortal Kombat has the best.
Yeah, it has the best
online.
multiplayer, but it's Mortal Kombat 10 still.
Yeah, pretty
10
much.
or 11?
No, 11. If it was 10, Mortal Kombat 10 is definitely winning it. Mortal Kombat 10
Mortal
is
Kombat
fantastic.
11. Mortal Kombat, yeah, it's still 11. It's like over a year old now.
Yeah, no.
So it's the same reason why I wouldn't like Street Fighter. It's like you've been around for quite a while. You've been able to like fix all.
You never know. This might be the weirdest time, but One Punch Man might win this. the only 3D fighter in this game.
No, it won't.
No, it won't. It's an arena fighter.
Yeah, no.
So,
No, it won't.
to be fair, I still want Jump Fighter.
Yeah.
What's it called? I still want that just so I can,
Shonen Jump.
just because I just want the beach characters.
You just want Ichigo and Ruki and all that.
Yep, I just want those. Okay, on the best role playing game.
Ooh.
This is going to be good.
This has been a good
I think
year
this is going to be good. So we have probably the one that's going to win it. Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay, yeah, understandable if it does.
Genshin Impact.
Ooh. See, I'm still playing Genshin Impact. I really do enjoy that game.
I enjoy the fighting in that game. Persona 5 Royal, which I think shouldn't win it.
It shouldn't, but it
is Persona 5.
In football terms, we, ladies and gentlemen, have the Group of Death.
Yeah. So, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3.
Jesus Christ.
And Yakuza Like a Dragon.
That was only just released like 2 weeks ago.
So, Yakuza I don't think should win because it's just come out. And
Depends.
Persona I don't think should win because it's basically just
Persona 5 but with
added stuff on.
Yeah.
I think it is between
Genshin Impact and
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
It's between Final Fantasy VII, Genshin Impact, and Wasteland 3, and it's very hard to choose between those three.
Yes,
it is very hard.
Like, I have a feeling Final Fantasy VII's going to win, but if Genshin wins, I wouldn't complain.
Well, if Wasteland, Genshin, or actually if any of those two win, I'm not going to complain. But I do think Final Fantasy is going to win it.
Yeah. So if any one of those three win, it's a deserved winner. It is a stacked.
This is a good
stacked genre. This
you want to see the best. I've seen the best game.
Oh, it's going to be ridiculous.
It is a stacked.
Yeah, it's going to be ridiculous.
So, but yeah, I think Final Fantasy. I would. You know what? I'd like Genshin to win. I know people have been like warning people about Genshin with its whole gacha mechanic.
Yes, it's a gacha game. You have to be careful.
Okay.
Don't play the first things. Don't play it for getting your favorite character, because that's how they get. That's how they get you. Yeah, it's like I want. Who do I want? You want Jean.
I want Jean, who I still haven't got. I've got almost everybody else.
I want. Who is it? Oh no, I wanted Fish.
Oh yeah, Fish.
Fischl. I wanted Fischl, and
there was an event that actually gave me
Fischl. Gave me Fischl, so I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm done.
I still haven't got Jean.
No pulls. Don't need to pull anymore.
I'm still going.
So any other new character I get is a bonus.
The thing is now I save up my gems, and now I mainly pull for weapons.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
To get the 5-star weapons, like it doesn't matter. Like I don't care if I don't get them or not.
Yeah.
But like the thing now is like, well, if I get a 5-star, can I get a weapon, please?
Nah, I'm literally just like, no, just I want all the characters. That's what I want. I want all the characters. I'm not going to spend money. I've got the ones I want. I have at the moment my main team, but like I do want all the characters. So next
here we go. Best action adventure game. Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
No.
Ubisoft do not deserve any awards.
No.
So any Ubisoft, no.
Ubisoft deserve to be shamed, shunned, and
even if Immortals Phoenix Rising looks good, no. Ghost of Tsushima,
right?
Spider-Man, Miles Morales,
Ooh.
Ori and the Will of the Wisp,
Ooh.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order,
Ooh.
and The Last of Us Part 2. This is a hard one. Just because I love the game so much.
Apart from Assassin's
Creed.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Apart from that one, every other game deserves to be there.
I'm going Ghost of Tsushima.
I want Ghost of Tsushima to win because it is phenomenal.
It is such a good game. I would say Spider-Man, but I don't believe there's going to be enough different from
Yeah, I can understand your point.
the PS4.
I think it still deserves to be there.
It deserves to be there, but
Ori is just like...
Ori is like, holy shit, you deserve an award just for existing.
This is the thing, right? Ori is the type of jaw-dropping gorgeousness that, like, in 20 years' time, I could see monitors on a fucking museum.
Yeah,
like,
the art
this
style
is
is
art.
so good.
This is art. This is how beautiful this is. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima is jaw-dropping at times, but, like, every single frame of Ori is just like, oh my god.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Right, I would like this to win it, just on the off chance that EA see this get an award and go, oh,
maybe we'll do some
more of this. It might not happen. It probably won't. But it might.
The thing is, there's talk that there's going to be a Fallen Order 2.
No, that's not
what you want about is like actually giving new story, single player stuff.
Yeah, not just Fallen Order. The Last of Us 2 is probably the one that I think is going to win.
Yeah, I don't think it deserves to win. I don't.
If I compare it to Ghost of Tsushima, I don't think it should win. But I do think it is going to win.
Yeah, it's the darling child.
Yeah, so...
Which is... I'm kind of worried that it's going to win, and a lot of people are going to state that it didn't win because it's the best game.
Yeah, which is what I'm kind of worried about.
It
is a very good game, just to put it out there.
It is a very good game. It deserves to be in the shout for it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just looking at the competition that's against, and I'm like, I don't think it deserves to beat these games.
Yeah, because I personally think Ghost of Tsushima is a much better game.
Yes.
Than Last of Us.
Yes.
But that's it.
But to
be fair, if
we are talking about
if they actually went, if this was actually best story between all of them, I'd think Last of Us win hands down.
Yes.
No questions.
Yes, out of all those, it probably is. I mean, I don't know about Miles Morales. I haven't played it yet, so because I don't have a PS5.
But it's best action adventure.
Yeah, best action adventure, and
I'm going Ghost of Tsushima because I love that game so much.
It is amazing.
Like the fact that I think we're close to 100 videos and we're not even past the first.
Yeah,
the first.
But it's also like we're not bored of it.
I am not bored of it.
We're not bored of it. There's nothing that's gotten us going, oh, for fuck's sake, this again. Like, it is the play loop is so enjoyable that we could be doing this for another 100 videos and we still won't be bored of it.
And then the fact that they gave us the co-op for free, they just deserve an award for that.
Right. That's the thing that I would say puts Ghost of Tsushima above the others, is the fact that not only is their single player really, really, really good, their multiplayer is
really
fucking good. Really good, because the combat mechanics in the Last of Us is not its driving factor. It's not the best. Let's be honest here.
Oh, no, it's not.
Like, the Last of Us is stealth, its AI and combat is above average.
Yeah,
people don't play The Last of Us Part 2 for its combat.
Yeah.
The combat in Ghost of Tsushima is on point all the time, and it's on point with its AI, with its... I mean, granted, yes, you get the points where, like, they all take their turns to come at you.
But that's, if you think about it, the way the game's designed and the fact that it's based on other things.
Yeah. But there's no moments where you've had like 5 blooming dudes all going in at like timing their freaking attacks so that like you dodged one and you got to dodge another and then another and then another. Like, it with The Last of Us, I've seen people basically hide behind a tree not big enough to hide them, and the AI lose them. And
I've seen that.
That's the thing. It's like, you've also got to take in the flaws of these games, and 2 things. One, The Last of Us, if it had a multiplayer, it would be crap.
Well, the multiplayer in the original Last of Us was not great.
It's not going to be good.
No.
So let's be honest here. The combat in The Last of Us is not its selling point. It's not the best thing, and it's not... It's workable, it's passable, and it does the job, but it's not amazing.
Yeah.
Miles Morales, I can't say anything about the story, but it is literally, if the exploration is going to be the same as Spider-Man, the combat looks really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm just worried it'll fall
like
into...
like I said with it, like the reason why I'm not putting it up is because I
not
don't think there's going to be enough
to separate
difference from it
Spider-Man.
to be Spider-Man.
Yeah. So that's that. And then we're left with Ghost of Tsushima and Ori. And
it's a tough one.
I'm going to say the multiplayer is the one that edges Ghost of Tsushima above Ori.
Yeah.
But it is a close call.
Yeah. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Best action game.
Let's have a
okay,
look.
so we have Doom Eternal,
Ooh.
Hades,
Holy sh...
Half-Life Alyx,
Ooh, God.
Neo 2,
Oh
oh my god, and Streets of Rage 4.
Holy sh...
Fucking, yeah, this year, dude, people seem to forget, even because of the whole fucking absolute good dog shit year. This has been a good year for games.
Yeah,
the games that have come out this year have been fantastic. My heart wants Neo 2 to win because I love Neo 2.
I don't think it is.
It's not going to. It's between Doom and Hades.
Yeah, it's between Doom Eternal and Hades. Because Doom Eternal...
Actually, I'd even put Half-Life Alyx in there.
Doom Eternal... Yeah, it's between those three. Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alyx. Hades
saying Hades. I'm going to say
Hades is just so good. Doom Eternal is just so... I think the thing is...
As out of all these games, the only one I haven't played... The only two I haven't played, sorry. Streets of Rage 4 and Half-Life Alyx. Right? But out of the three...
Well, Half-Life Alyx is a VR game.
Yeah, and I can't play VR.
You can't play VR games.
And
I don't have a VR set that's able to play...
And
Half-Life
I
Alyx
can't...
anyway.
And I don't have Streets of Rage 4. Alright? But out of the three games... Doom Eternal, I actually just didn't get into it the way I did Doom 2016. Neo, as much as I love it, it's not a game that you can... I would say like it's not a game that you can just... It doesn't have that let's keep going. Hades, on the other hand, Hades made me keep going one more go.
Yeah.
I want one more go. One more. We can do one more run. I'd look at the clock, it'd be like nearly midnight. One more run.
I think Hades should win it. I
want Hades to win. I want Neo to win it because I love the way
it's
it is.
a hard one because Doom Eternal is still phenomenally good. I don't know what it is with Doom Eternal, but like I look at the Doom 2014. 16, sorry. I keep saying it's 2014 as I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Always. But anyway, Doom 2016, I look at like the stuff they've added to Doom Eternal. It makes it better, but like, I don't know.
For me personally, there's just something missing that was in Doom 2016.
Yeah, maybe it's just the fact that it's like not as new. Like,
I don't think so. For me, I think it's like it's all. I think all the new sort of like the grappling hook and all this stuff. I think it just, for me, it takes away that sort of like running around and like just.
But the thing is that the combat's still the same. It's like
combat is the same.
You have to be mobile. You don't.
I know.
You can't just like, and you have to bounce around, and they give you more things to do to bounce around with. Maybe it's just me.
I think it might be. Also, I don't like. The music's good, but it's nowhere. I'm sorry, it's just not as good as Doom 2016.
Nothing was going to be as good as Doom 2016.
Doom 2016's music is just perfect. On point.
It's perfect.
And I think that's the other thing.
That you can't get better than Doom 2016.
Yeah, and I can't get...
So there's no argument there.
The music, I think that might be what it is for me. It's like I can't get into the groove because I haven't got that connection.
Don't get me wrong, it's like Doom Eternal is fantastic. It's phenomenal.
It's a good game, but I just can't get into it.
I think like, I don't know why, but I look at Doom 2016 because there's sometimes less going on.
I think that's what I mean when with the grappling hook.
Right. The one thing, the frigging boss where the boss before the thingy of sin. Yeah. The Archon or whatever her name is. Her. Fucking hated that boss. Absolutely. I think that's what spoiled it for me. Literally, that boss is the most annoying thing in the world because you could only hit her a certain way, and you were running out of you always run out of ammo, and the only mobs would spawn were the ones that you had to headshot to get them to drop ammo.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I hate this. I hate this. This is literally antithesis to everything I've been fucking doing before this fight.
I think for me, not only the music, I think what I meant when I said they added the grappling hook and they added all that other stuff, I think the thing for Doom 2016 was how simple it was.
Yeah.
And the fact when they added when you add more into that, it takes
convoluted.
away.
Yeah,
it takes
maybe.
away that
I think
simpleness.
maybe it's got a little bit more convoluted. But it's like minute. I would probably say Hades though, because Hades
it's addictive. Once you start playing Hades, like I haven't played Hades in a while because I know if I start playing it again,
you won't stop.
I'm not going to get off till like forever. So yeah, Hades all the way. Okay, innovation in accessibility.
Ooh, The Last of Us Part 2 is going to win this.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Grounded, Hyperdot, The Last of Us Part 2, or Watch Dogs Legion. Watch Dogs Legion does not deserve an award for anything. That game is buggy as fucking crap.
The Last of Us Part 2.
The Last of Us Part 2, yeah.
Hands frigging down, The Last of Us Part 2. Have you seen the options that game has?
Yes, I've played it.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry, but that caters to almost the entirety of anything that possibly could stop someone playing it. I mean, there's probably some that can't play it because of whatever disability that they have, but like The Last of Us Part 2 has so many like visually helpful stuff. Like they have stuff for like people who are hearing impaired, and all the different possible types of color blindness, but also like those that have other visual impairments. They have stuff for that. They've literally covered the most that I've ever seen a game do. And for whatever anyone's opinion on The Last of Us 2, that you cannot take away from it. That they have
yeah, they want as many people to play.
They've made that game playable and accessible to the most people I've ever known in a game.
So we're going with Last of Us
Part 2.
2
Hands down, I can't see anyone else beating it.
Okay, so best VR AR game. Dreams.
Okay, biased. I know it's not going to be even there, but biased Star Wars Squadrons.
I think it is there actually.
Is it?
Half-Life Alex.
Half-Life
Alex is going to win.
Because it just...
Marvel's Iron Man.
No.
Star Wars Squadrons.
Yes.
The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
Half-Life Alex just...
Half-Life Alex is going to win
because
I've seen what you can do in that game. It's fucking...
It is literally...
I've seen somebody play the entire game using a chair as a weapon.
Yeah. No, the thing is, like, Half-Life Alex literally is the game that everyone went, okay, so VR is a serious thing now.
Yeah.
It is actually a serious thing. It's not just a gimmick. It's not just that, ooh, this is cool. I mean, yeah. Star Wars Squadrons, the fact that I can sit in a cockpit of an X-Wing is fucking amazing, and I'm fanboying as hell every time I'm sitting in it. Speaking of which, sitting in the cockpit, the TIE Raptor, the support starfighter that they have for the Empire, the cockpit's pretty damn cool to be in. I have to admit, it's really, really cool. It's a cool cockpit. But like just sitting in an X-Wing and like peering over and seeing the snub nose, and it's so good. But that's what I'm clearly biased. But Half-Life Alex.
Half-Life Alex should win this just because like I've watched people play that game
changer.
And the fact that like this is what fucking Valve can do. This is what pisses me off so much about Valve. When they actually do something,
when they actually put effort into it. They make not only a game, but a phenomenal game.
Yeah, and they just don't do anything.
I mean, granted, a game that my PC couldn't play, and I don't have the gear, and a game that you probably couldn't play.
I couldn't play it because of my eyes. But like, but the thing is, I can watch people play it. Like, if you got it, I could watch you play it.
Yeah,
and I'm fine with watching people play VR games because I understand that I'm probably never going to be able to actually play a VR game.
Yeah.
Just because my eyes are so absolutely fucked. But anyway, yeah, Half-Life Alex is going to win it just because, oh my god, that game.
Put it this way, right? The only way I see the next leap is when we get to holographic technology.
When we are actually the VTuber technology actually in games.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're...
That's the next thing.
That's the next thing. Okay, best community support game. I'm going to be a bit biased here, but
Destiny
it's
2.
fine. Apex Legends, Destiny 2,
I'm going to go with Fall Guys.
Fall Guys, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, and Valorant. I'm probably going to say Fall Guys.
Oh, you're not going with Destiny 2?
I'm going with Destiny 2 because I'm a fanboy. But I actually think
Fall Guys probably, their Twitter, whoever they've got in charge of their Twitter is going to be great.
Okay, best mobile game. Here we go. Among Us,
Possibly.
Call of Duty Mobile,
Maybe.
Genshin Impact,
Possibly.
Legend of Runeterra,
Ain't got a clue what the hell that is.
Pokemon Cafe Mix.
No.
No to that, although it does have an Eevee on there, so that kind of makes me want to vote for it.
No, that thing is no.
Genshin.
I think just for the fact that they've actually got a working first-person shooter, proper first-person shooter working on it, Call of Duty.
Yeah, but they won that last year.
That is very true.
I don't want them winning it again.
Between Last of Us and Among Us and Genshin.
Yeah. Okay, so best indie game. Carrion. Fallout Guys.
Fall Guys.
Fallout Guys? What did I say? Fallout Guys?
Okay, next one's the winner.
Fall Guys are Hades. Spelunky 2. And Spiritfarer.
Oh, God. Hades.
Hades.
Again, though, this is a tough one.
That's a tough one. Okay, best ongoing game. I already know who I'm voting for. Apex Legends.
No.
Destiny 2.
Yes.
Call of Duty.
No.
Fortnite.
No.
No Man's Sky. Destiny 2.
Destiny 2.
Beyond Light is fantastic. The people who are complaining about Beyond Light, just get over your fucking selves.
Games for impact. This is the sort of social, not social,
Yeah.
but real
where they talk about it's games about that certain things that happen in society. I think 1 year the Dragon Called Cancer won it.
Yes.
It's that sort of stuff. So I actually don't even know any of these. So If Found, Kentucky Route Zero TV edition, Spiritfarer, Tell Me Why.
Oh, Spiritfarer.
Ooh, Tell Me Why.
Ooh.
Through the Darkest of Times. Ooh.
Well,
I know those things.
I'm
going to say Tell Me Why.
Possibly. I'm going to go with Spiritfarer.
Just to edge our bets.
Yeah.
Just edge our bets.
I think any one of those is probably deserving.
Okay, so here we go.
Best performance.
Ashley Johnson as Ellie.
Ooh, that's a...
Laura Bailey as Abby. Daisuke Tsuji as Jin Sakai. Logan Cunningham as Hades.
Oh.
Nadja, I'm sorry if I pronounce this wrong. Nadji Jetta as
Miles Morales.
I think just because he acts the way I expect a samurai to act.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
The way he talks.
The way he has his voice. It's always in a official I am always a samurai.
Yeah.
I will always. This is the way I have to act and the way I have to talk. But it's yeah, I can understand. I think it's between the two from The Last of Us, and I want
Ashley Johnson to win only because she is Gretchen from Recess. And she deserves an award just for that.
Yes. To be honest, the performance for Ellie is Abby's. The last that does Abby's performance is good. Is good. I think Ellie's the whole thing of I believe this is a person that's just out solely, that is consumed.
Yeah.
That is no, I'm killing everyone because they took this away from me.
Yeah. Right, on to best audio design. Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima. Resident Evil 3. Okay. And Last of Us Part 2. I'm just going to say... I'm going to go with either Half-Life Alyx or Doom.
Oh, hold on. Because it's not best music.
No, it's best audio design.
In-game audio and sound design.
That's why I'm saying Doom Eternal or...
I think Last of Us may get this.
You think?
Yeah, because the sound design was also incorporated in the whole like inclusiveness.
Oh, maybe.
So,
Okay.
best score on music.
Best score on music. Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Ooh.
That's a tough one. Hades. I don't think Hades does not have the best soundtrack.
I don't know.
Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
Oh God.
And The Last of Us Part 2. No.
Last of Us Part 2. No.
It does not have the best.
Does not have
music.
the best music. I think it's an argument. It's a very good argument between the other four, though.
I'm going to go with Final Fantasy because I think the nostalgia is going to beat everybody else.
I know you say Hades' music is not that good, but
I don't think it's as good as
I don't know
some of the other ones.
The Hades. It's like Hades. Second phase Hades.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, like, I don't notice the music when I'm playing.
Yeah, true.
That's why I say it's not as good.
Doom. The thing with Doom Eternal is that I compare it to it's not on the same level as 2016, and also like I recognize BFG Division, but the others don't stand out as much.
Yeah.
So,
Final Fantasy VII. I actually think the like nostalgia level is gonna win for that one.
Possibly.
Because I know it's like they have changed the music in that, but there's enough of the original music.
Yeah.
That's there.
I think the thing is, though, I would vote against it solely for the jazz versions because the jazz versions are terrible.
Best art direction: Final Fantasy VII Remake,
Ghost of Tsushima,
Hades,
Ghost of Tsushima,
Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
Oh, that it's an argument between those two.
There we go. Oh, what is your problem today? Come on. And The Last of Us Part 2.
No. Ori and because this is art direction. Ori, Ghost of Tsushima. Between those two.
I'm going to go with Ori.
I'm going to go with Ghost of Tsushima.
I'm going to go with Ori.
Hedge or bets?
Best narrative. Last of Us is going to win this.
Yeah.
13 Sentinels.
Maybe.
Final Fantasy VII.
No, because it's
Ghost of Tsushima.
I don't know why Final Fantasy VII Remake is in the best narrative because we haven't got to the end of the narrative.
Yeah, I know. Hades.
Oh,
which is a good Hades. But
Hades is really good.
Last of Us Part 2.
Last of Us Part 2 is probably going to win. I think it should be between that and Hades.
Although I don't know, I like Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, but I think we can see the beats coming with Ghost of Tsushima.
I don't really care if I can see the beats coming if it's told well. Okay, right.
I think Last of Us is going.
I think Last of Us is going with it. Best game direction: Final Fantasy VII Remake.
So this is basically similar. Oh no, Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
It's done literally like a samurai flick.
Hades, Half-Life Alyx, Last of Us Part 2. Ghost of Tsushima.
I want Ghost of Tsushima. I have a feeling Last of Us is going to win it.
Yeah. Game of the year. Here we go. Game of the year. This is a good one. Alright, Doom Eternal.
Possibly.
Final Fantasy VII Remake. Ghost of Tsushima. Hades. Animal Crossing New Horizon. And The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay, I think...
All of them have a shot.
All of them have a shout. All of them have a valid shout for being best game of the year.
I love Ghost of Tsushima so much that I'm saying Ghost of Tsushima.
I think Ghost of Tsushima solely because Final Fantasy... Like, here's the thing that should count against Final Fantasy VII is like...
It's not finished.
It's not finished. The game's not finished. Like, we've just gotten out of Midgard. There's still the whole thing with Junyan.
Yeah, we've still got
Coral Town, Gold Saucer, Cosmo Canyon, Nibelheim, Rocket Town, Temple of the Ancients.
Well, we've still got over 3/4 of the actual game to go, if you think about it.
I think we're only an eighth into it. But like I say, like we've got like so much. We've got like the vast majority of the original storyline to go through. Like we're not done. We're not even close to halfway done. We've got the flashback to go through yet.
Yeah.
We have to go. Like I say, Junyan, Coral,
everything.
We've got everything.
Everything to go through.
Everything.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima.
Gongoda. Is it Gongoda? The place that had the reactor blow up.
Yeah.
I think it's Gongoda. Basically, Zach's hometown.
Yeah. It's between Hades and Ghost of Tsushima, in all honesty.
It should be. I have a feeling
Ghost of Tsushima
I have a
Last of Us is
suspicion
probably
going to
win
it. Yeah.
But Ghost of Tsushima,
I don't think it should do.
Totally should
Because
win.
of the same reasons why it shouldn't win best action game.
Yeah.
Because there are parts like Hades combat is
It's fantastic.
phenomenal. Ghost of Tsushima's combat is phenomenal. Like, you can't take those bits and go, it doesn't fire off on all cylinders. The Last of Us Part 2, the combat is its weakest point.
Yeah.
And it is a weak point. It is this is not great.
Yeah.
Its stealth mechanics are not great. And when you go with the best game of the year, you have to take everything in account, not just like, oh, well, its story is so cinematic and so amazing, and it's about vengeance and how vengeance is very rarely worth the price that you have to pay, blah, 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 blah.
Even though Abby seems to get away with having her vengeance.
Yeah.
But fine. Anyway.
Right, let's go on about the plot, the things we take from The Last of Us 2 Part 2 regarding like the plot, especially its finish, right? The reason why I don't like that finish is because Ellie is literally twice gone after her, and she's at the point when she's gone after her the second time where she literally she's literally having nightmares and flashbacks, and like she's going through complete total PTSD for what happened and what she witnessed, and there's no closure to it. There's not even like a satisfying like, oh well, she just literally gives up at the point where she's about to like get her vengeance, and it's like, wait, so she sacrificed everything for nothing. For the ability to literally go, I'm not going to kill her.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you don't understand. A person that has gone through all of that, at the moment they're about to freaking kill that person, they're not going to have that realization of, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to become her. It's because that person has already become that thing that they didn't want to become. They're past the point of no return.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just this massive curve of like unsatisfying finish. That is the big issue I have with The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
Obviously, we haven't got to the end of Ghost of Tsushima. We don't know about the narrative for that. But Hades' narrative is just so good.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It is so good. Like, the multiple little strands that have a satisfying finish to them. I mean, yes, they've had it out for a while and they've been adding, but now it's finished and it's like, oh my god, it's worth it.
Oh yeah,
it's worth all the time and tribulations and going through over and over and over and over and over and over again to get to the payday for Hades 2 in their story is worth the trials to get into it. While I don't think the payoff for Last of Us Part 2 is.
No.
And again, like I say, we have to look at the game as a whole for The Last of Us. Same with Ghost of Tsushima, which, there are one or two flaws. It's not perfect. And the same with Hades. It's not perfect because there's no such thing as a perfect game. But if you take those three...
Except for Spyro. Spyro is a perfect game.
You take those three and you basically take what it does good, what it does great, what it does well, and what it doesn't do great, and what it does poorly. The Last of Us Part 2 has a lot more things it doesn't do well than the others. And therefore, one of the others should.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like I say, we may be slightly biased in regards... Well, I may be slightly biased in regards to Ghost of Tsushima, but like the gameplay loop is satisfying as hell. The game is gorgeous to look at. The combat is fantastic.
And they gave us something for free.
And the multiplayer, is a better live service, despite it not being a live service, than some live services that are already out. there's a lot of things Ghost of Tsushima does really, really, really well, and Sucker Punch finally deserves some goddamn recognition for the amount of hard work and effort and good games that they do.
Exactly. Yes. God damn it, Sucker Punch, you deserve good things.
They deserve to friggin' walk away with a whole bunch of rewards.
Personally, I would be a little bit annoyed if Last of Us 2 won it. And I'm a Last of Us fan. I have both games. I've bought The Last of Us twice.
Yeah. You got the PS4 version.
I bought the PS3 version, and then when it came out on the PS4, I bought it again.
Yeah.
I bought The Last of Us 2, the Steelbook edition, so I actually paid extra for The Last of Us Part 2. And I'm saying this as a fan of The Last of Us Part 2. Like, I like the game. It's not great, and I think the story should have been maybe a little bit more well thought out, especially Abby's part of the story.
Yeah.
Really should have been more thought out, because it's kind of stupid. Or at least if they would, especially, my thing with The Last of Us is, like, if you took Joel and Ellie out of that story, you'd still have the same game. And I'd actually argue that the things that are going on with the Wolves and the Scars is much more interesting than Abby's bloody personal vendetta against Joel.
Yeah.
And that her friends are being killed by Ellie. Like, it's much more interesting what's going on, the stuff that you're finding out about the Wolves and the Scars, than anything else in that game.
Yeah.
And I think if they had just stuck with that, instead of going, we're going to put Joel and Ellie in there and do a whole vengeance thing, I think they probably would have actually had a much better story.
Probably.
But they didn't do that.
No.
So
they had to have something to connect to the first one.
You don't, because you don't need that, because you've established this big world.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Ghost of Tsushima, definitely best game of the year. Definitely best game of the year. I love that game so much.
And if Hades wins, while a little gutted for Ghost of Tsushima, I wouldn't mind Hades.
Yeah, if Hades beat it,
Hades is a fun. To be honest, despite the fact that a lot of people say Hades is really, really good, I'd probably say Hades is underrated for actually how good it is.
Yeah.
It is a roguelike game.
If you've got a Switch, you can get it on the Switch.
I know, but it's a roguelike game that has a really good story to it. That the combat is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And
it's as addictive as fuck.
And it knows when to not take itself seriously.
Aye.
There is that. It's like, you know, Ghost of Tsushima is pretty straight-faced all the way through. And so is The Last of Us. Probably too much, actually, with The Last of Us. It's really straight-faced. And, well, Hades is just like, hey, we're a game. You're supposed to be having fun.
Aye.
Hey, have a romance with Kieran.
Yeah. Have a romance with, I can never pronounce his name right, Thanatos? The deaf guy? Thanatos. Have a romance with him. He's pretty.
Yep. So, yeah.
I am currently romancing the head.
Oh, Dusa.
Yeah,
Dusa. Yeah, Dusa's adorable. She's absolutely adorable, because it's one of those where it's clear she has a crush on him.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh,
yeah, but here's the good thing, like, as you progress the relationship, she, like, starts to grow a backbone, sort of thing. And she doesn't look at him like that. It's like the crush is gone, but she still likes him.
Yeah. Sort
of thing. But it's now more than a crush.
Yeah.
Like, sort of thing. Like, she does actually, like care for him, but, like, she understands that she needs to actually be, like, her own person.
Yeah.
And that sort of stuff. And it's just like, yeah, go do so.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's fantastic. I love that, those little, like, nods and addeds and different personality quirks and all that sort of stuff. It's fleshed out. All the characters in Hades are really well fleshed out. Really good. So yeah, there you go. There's a list. There's all the nominees.
There will be a link to the website where, if you want to vote, you can vote. You've only got till Thursday, I think, to vote.
Yeah, because it's Thursday night.
Yeah, it's Thursday night, so I think you've only got till Thursday morning to get your votes in.
Yeah.
I will be watching it on Friday.
Yes, because it's probably like a midnight. something stupid like that.
It's
something stupid like that.
I'll be watching the awards on Friday. I'll be looking forward to that, which we shall talk about next week.
Yes.
We'll also be talking about Cyberpunk next week, because that is out on Thursday.
Yes.
It is also out on Thursday. So, yeah, we've got some things to talk about next week. We're looking forward to that. Please leave a comment down below on anything that you've...
anything you've heard us discuss, what your opinions on. Who do you want to win each award? Do you have a favourite? Do you think what we're talking about regarding Last of Us 2 Part 2 is total bullshit? By all means, that is your opinion.
Go for it.
That's your opinion. You're allowed it. It's allowed to be different. Just because we say it's our opinion.
Yeah, just because I like The Last of Us Part 2 doesn't mean you have to like it.
Yeah,
that's simple.
Just because I have problems with The Last of Us Part 2 doesn't mean that you guys
have the same problems.
Have the same problems. You know, you guys could love for everything it does. It could be the perfect game for you guys. Like, opinions, 99.9% of the time, are not wrong. Do you want to know why? Because it's your opinion.
Yeah.
You can be factually wrong, because that's called facts.
Yeah.
But, like, personal opinions are just that. They're personal opinions, and everyone's entitled to them. Some shouldn't really be mentioned in public, but that's not really what we're here for.
But, anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this chat, and we will see you in the next one.
Toodles.
Bye now.